You're watching Monday Night's Not Just Crew.
Welcome to Monday's Not Just Crew, where Simon is in his native northeast at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Gateshead. He's going to be looking around the Wingman bus at Welby.
How you doing, Robbie?
All right.
Busy in it?
Very busy.
Early in the morning, and it's busy on the Project Wingman bus. Good morning there, and welcome to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital here in Gateshead. And today we are here to support the NHS, and I'm lucky enough to be meeting Catherine Jobs. Can you tell everybody a little bit about what you do, Catherine?
Yeah, so here at the hospital I run the Women's Cancer Detection Society, which is a breastfeeding charity that supports just the breastfeeding unit here at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. We supply and help out all the ladies of the North East by raising funds to go towards equipment that maybe the NHS on in the process of buying, something that we like to look at. We like to have all the local donors coming in and meeting us, giving us some fundraising ideas. We've got some amazing chance for people to run in the Great North Run this year.
Excellent.
So if anyone's out there who would like the space, then please get in touch. We'd really appreciate that.
Are you going to earn it?
Not this year, no. Definitely not.
And where would people be able to find further details?
So if you go online, www.wcdsgateshead.co.uk, all the information's on there, all my contact details, £50 registration fee, and all we ask is you enjoy the day and try and get a little bit of funds to help us here at the hospital.
And can you stress the importance of detection of breast cancer in the early stages?
Huge. Many years ago, women thought it was something that only happened to women as they got older. Unfortunately, that's not the case now. Lifestyle changes, even women who are having children are noticing changes in their bodies. It's so important for women who aren't at the age for actually getting a mammogram to still check their breast. That is so important. Whether you're in the shower, you can grab 2 minutes on the morning. We've got leaflets on the website showing you if you're not sure how to do it. But please check any changes you notice at all. Please speak to a doctor about it.
Absolutely. I mean, within our group, we've got a few close friends who are going through the early stages of breast cancer.
Yeah.
And we're following their story very closely. So we totally understand how important it is to get that early detection, get the screening, and just keep on top of it.
100%, and speak out. A lot of women are frightened to talk about these kind of things. It's out there, ladies. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Talk about it with friends. It's all on the same wavelength. At the end of the day, we're all women, nothing to be embarrassed about. Even if you need to see a lady doctor, please go and get it checked. Rather be safe than sorry.
Brilliant. And also, is this the first time you've ever encountered Project Wingman and
yes.
what they're all about?
Yes, I absolutely love it. I'll quite like one of these pop decks.
So, have you seen any publicity surrounding Project Wingman before?
Only when I've been in the hospital.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the last time you guys were here was when we were more or less in lockdown, so I was working completely from home, so I missed out on it. So today when I seen it, I thought I'm coming along and I'm gonna have a try for myself.
Brilliant. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Catherine.
No, thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the crew and all that. Get yourself some snacks.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, how's Erica doing?
Erica's fine. How's Simon?
Good, I'm very good. How good is it that the bus is here?
Oh, finally it's here. It's been long awaited.
Yeah.
It really has. And we're now officially at a wellbeing bus. So the QE is furthest north it's gone.
Yes. And this is the brand new model because we were obviously on the bus when it was at the concert for
the NHS concert in the park.
Yeah.
She's the newer model than Erica is.
I won't pan down and show you Erica's legs, but I don't want you to get too excited.
No,
Might break my camera.
Yeah, my last year you my trousers. No, I finally got my legs out. But, yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's the first north it's got, and it's going to Inverness next.
And how long's it up here for?
It's up until the 13th of March.
Yeah.
That'll be a 2-week stint. We started up the pension on Monday, so they're being joined our hospitality. And here we are now at the QE.
And what can people expect when they come along to see the amazing crew?
Yes,
at Project Wingman?
The Project Wingman Love. It's wellbeing support. You can have a nice cuppa. I've actually got hot orange juice here. Keep us warm. You can come and relax, read the magazines, look at the merchandise. You can buy nice, gorgeous teddy bears.
Beautiful.
So yeah, so we've got all that, and we've got our Gold Key Media sponsored all these lovely magazines, and people can come and chill as well. You can even colour in. You can bring your crayons.
Oh yeah, I prefer to chew on mine. So how long have you been involved with Project Wingman now?
Oh gosh, since the very beginning. Worked behind the scenes at first, and then once I got the courage, actually came in. So that was in 2020, May 2020, we opened our International Nurses Day.
Yeah.
So we're approaching up to that again, May. Gosh, it's going to be this year. Might be May the 12th again. Yes, that's going to be 2 years. Our 2-year anniversary being here. We've done lots of pop-ups for the QE. And the main thing that we're here now, we've got a lot of new crew coming through. So,
are you still flying?
No, I've given up. I've left my airline. So
At your young age?
I know. I proudly did 30 years for British Airways.
Yeah.
And I'm now here. I'm actually employed by the QE.
Oh, awesome.
So I'm now a healthcare assistant.
And would you say that all came around because of the Project Wingman experience?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Once they realised our transferable skills, we got our jobs. In fact, in 24 hours since I handed over our list of skills, QE just grabbed us. So we've got 22 of our crew have got jobs here now, and I'm actually been working with the QE.
Incredible.
In recruitment.
Yeah.
So they're doing a massive external recruitment drive.
Brilliant.
So if anybody does want to work at the QE, it doesn't have to be a nurse or an HCA or whatever it is. There's plenty of jobs in admin, in facilities, anything that you can think of that happens in a hospital. Come and get a job here, just apply for Project Wingman, get in touch with myself, so it's Erica full-time.
Yeah.
Just get in touch with me somehow, or not just for or on the Project Wingman site.
And could you talk a little bit about, there was that qualification, there was a course or something that was involved, that was funded?
Yes, right. Well, Project Wingman have been funded a lot of money by Mental Health England to do the Mental Health First Aid course. It's a 2-day first aid course, and it'll be on soon. And that will, because every workplace in the future, or very, very soon, if not already, has to have a mental health first aid working there. So just the same as somebody puts pulses on your finger, whether it's at school or there's a first aider, you've got to have a mental health first aid here for your staff and for your employees.
Yeah.
So that will really help on any CV.
Brilliant.
I was being given that sponsorship.
Unbelievable.
We have 1,000 spaces, and I do know that there are places still there. So please sign up. It's free.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
No brainer.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Erica. Keep continuing doing the amazing work that you're doing at Project Wingman. It's so appreciated. And yeah, more to come
Thanks,
from
Simon.
Project Wingman. Well, welcome back everybody from the Project Wingman bus. We are still here at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, and I am pleased to have alongside me Robbie Soulsby, who's been volunteering now for the Project Wingman organisation, who do such an amazing job. He's been here from the very beginning. It's almost 2 years now, and he's obviously struggled with like the furlough and all the threat of losing his job. And I'm pleased to say that he's still flying now, and he's a Jet 2. So, Robbie, listen, how's things been over this last 2 years? Tell us about like how difficult it was with when the pandemic started and the threats of jobs losses and stuff like that.
Well, pretty much the same as everybody. Nobody knew what was coming. Do you know what I mean? There was threats of like, is the whole airline industry going to crash? Is everyone going to lose their jobs? And for me at that point, I was only a year into my career in the industry, and I'd left a solid job of 10 years behind. So I was like, I can't believe it. 1 year in and this has happened. Like, but then furlough came around. We were very well supported with that. I was very lucky, so I was on one of the last flights that we did back into Newcastle before lockdown.
Yeah.
Then I was on the first flight back out again after the first lockdown. Consistently flying again until we went into winter lockdown in 2020. and then I had quite a long hiatus, and I didn't go back flying then until September last year.
Yeah.
But no, I can't say that I've suffered more than anybody else has, or been in a better position than anybody else, because we're kind of all in the same boat. But Project Wingman for me was one thing that kept me going through that. So yeah, like when I heard about this, literally jumped in feet first and just embraced it. And what we've done with the QE team and the Gateshead Trust has been absolutely amazing. Like, we are treated like royalty on the site now. It's just been amazing.
Can you tell the audience basically from the very beginning and having the lounge at the QE, how it's developed and what's progressed from there, like job opportunities and
Yeah,
stuff?
so when we first came in, obviously we were very alien to the staff in here, and they were like, why is there a bunch of cabin crew coming and giving us tea and coffee? But we talked to them, it was about tea and empathy, it was to get them away from where they were in the high pressure of the COVID environment, the clinical environment. We're like, no, come away, have 5 minutes, come and have a chat. And before long, we were the talk of the hospital.
Yeah.
Right down from the frontline clinical staff up to senior management. On the back of it, we moved lounge places a few times because where we were located, they needed backup other resources for the NHS. We don't want to lose you, so we're going to move you somewhere else. We've been in 3 or 4 different places in the hospital. And since then, as the relationship and the trusts continue to grow between us and Gateshead Trust, there's a lot of volunteers, myself included. At one point I did have a job here, but there's a lot of volunteers now who now work for the trust.
Yeah.
Some of which alongside flying, other ones whose unfortunately their flying career came to an end through no choice of their own for some of them. They're now fully embracing life working for the NHS.
What other jobs have you, like, you've done personally, like to kind of like fill those gaps when obviously you were furloughed and you didn't have, but you had all this time on your hands, other than obviously volunteering for Project Wingman? What else have you been doing?
Well, I worked for 10 years in retail before I was flying, so I filled my time in doing that because obviously a lot of people were panic buying as well. So retail literally wrapped their arms around me and went, come back, we need you.
Yeah.
So I did that. I did the volunteering, and then in the hospital as well. In here in the QE, the restaurant went through a massive refurbishment, and then when that opened up, because I'd worked in retail hospitality, the kind of the facilities manager for the overall trust came to me and was like, I need your skills in my new cafe. Can you come? Can you make coffees? We need you. So in the hospital, I didn't do a clinical role. What I did was I was working in the cafe, so serving the staff on their lunch breaks.
Being able to talk to them as
well.
Yeah. Were you managing to share stories and like obviously were people and open up to you in the NHS and like you know how their day was going?
Yeah, I mean, more so on the Project Wingman front, but then I think one thing that worked well was everybody knew me from Project Wingman, so when they came in on that break, that relationship of trust then continued when they came into the cafe when I was working there, and it made it a nice environment for the people that were coming there. Oh, there's wingmen working there, let me go and see them, let me go and try the cafe out, and then in turn for the cafe, it's then generated repeat business for them as well, and hopefully then help their business grow.
Brilliant. And so where are you at now, Robbie? What are you doing now?
So I am working for Jet2 still in Bristol now.
Excellent. Yeah. But still managing to find time to come
yeah,
on a team
absolutely. I mean,
as well as Vicky Hughes, who's just in the wings there, who's just waiting to pounce onto the camera there. So yeah, you're still doing an absolute phenomenal job.
Absolutely.
Every one of
well.
you, yourself, Vicky, Erica, and all the other team. Just like on behalf of everyone at Project Wingman and not just crew, just keep up the fantastic work. You're an absolute inspiration, and everyone's so proud of you.
Thank you.
Yay! So we're still on the Project Wingman bus that is in Gateshead, and it's up from it's up until the 13th of March, isn't it, Vicky?
Yeah.
Now I'm pleased to have Vicky Hughes, who's one of the absolute legends of Project Wingman. You are one of the absolute legends of Project Wingman. You've been here from the very beginning and you've done so much work for the Project Wingman team. It's been absolutely amazing. So welcome, Vicky. How are you doing?
I'm alright.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And so we've got some good news to announce. Vicky, well, she's going to tell you, like in December she found out
Then I'm going back flying.
she's going back flying. Yay! So like, who did you used to work for?
So I was cabin crew based in Newcastle with EasyJet for 13 and a half years. Obviously we lost our base during COVID when they closed us down. I've been with Project Wingman since we started here. we were lucky enough to get jobs through it, and I've been working here at the QE in the PCAS department, which I'll be running back to later.
She's just come here for a break there, just to say hello.
Which my contract's up at the end of this month, which is well timed since I'm going to be starting with British Airways next month.
That's absolutely brilliant. And how happy are you to be going back flying?
Extremely happy. I think I'm going to cry when I get back on an aircraft.
Yeah, and you're going to obviously be doing long haul as well, so you're going to spend some good quality time down route and staying in your room and just being a good girl.
Always.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But so like, can you tell the audience a little bit about the job that you're doing now within the NHS?
So PCAS stands for Patient COVID Assessment Service. I don't know how to think about that. And we basically book all the COVID tests for all the inpatients coming into surgeries, procedures, anything that's up close and personal with the doctor. We also we're the ones that are responsible for booking all the tests for the staff and their household members.
Brilliant. And right, just let's go back like over the last couple of years. I mean, COVID is still around.
It is.
But like, you know, the good thing is like we look as if we're coming through the other end of it, and airlines are like busily recruiting now.
Yeah.
Hence you getting the job at British Airways. So brilliant stuff there. So like the last 2 years, like your involvement with Project Wingman, what kind of bonds and friendships do you think that you've found from being a part of such an amazing organisation?
That's the thing with COVID. It was like it took away the thing I loved, my job. But it's gave me so much more with Project Wingman. I've got friends that you can class as family that I would never have met. As like David, shout out to David. We met on the very first day because we were part of the 7 that put the lounge together here.
Yeah.
And we had an incident with a fizzy can of pop, bonded us for life.
Excuse me.
It was everywhere.
Sticky.
But we're bonded for life now. Like he's one of my best friends, and it's like we've all become very close because we've all kind of gone through the same thing together.
When you kind of like sit here and you look back and reflect over the last 2 years, it's like so much has happened, hasn't it? We've met so many new different people, experienced a hell of a lot, and it's just kind of like, it's crazy, isn't it, to think like, you know, what the last 2 years have gone through and like what's been created with the Project Wingman and the close friendships like everybody's made. And it's such a short space of time, really, isn't it? 2 years, but it feels like it's a
crazy amount of time.
I know.
I mean, for Project Wingman to have been registered in 6 weeks as a charity, it's just unheard of. Like, we've done so much in such a short period of time. You don't realise it has been 2 years. You're like, oh.
And it just goes to prove like it's such a valuable source of like support for the NHS and for cabin crew as well. It's just like we do words like, if you do have any spare time and you are crew and you want to volunteer your service, then you please head over to Project Wingman, go to the website, all the W's, projectwingman.co.uk, and sign up, express your interest, and just keep supporting yourself as well as the NHS staff. So Vicky, thank you so much. I'm so chuffed to bits for you. You're getting that job. I know you're itching to get back on that plane and just like have an amazing time when you're down route and just spread your love and positivity to everybody among the British Airways community.
Spread the northeastern wingman love.
Yeah. So, welcome on board Project Wingman bus. We are here still at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, and one of our customers today is the outstanding young man all the way from Taiwan who's a medical student, and he is studying aviation and space medicine.
That's what I want to go into.
That's what you want to go into.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that career that you want to explore into. What's interested you in that kind of line of?
Oh, so what interests me is just that how space is such an unknown environment and how much it can have an impact on our human body and how everything just works differently in space because of the microgravity, the altitude changes, the gas expansion, and also like the fluid shift. It's just so interesting. And I feel like because there's such big rise in commercial space traveling that it's going to be a field that will need doctors in the future to be able to consult patients in space. So one of my dreams is probably when the space hotel comes along,
Yeah.
I'll be able to be on board and just see patients, or even just do research and enhance our understanding of how humans' body works in space, and some understanding of how disease work in space.
Is the UK, is England the only place where you could actually pursue this kind of like study, or is this something that you could have done back home, or is it quite limited to kind of like explore this avenue?
So this avenue is it's a really new specialty.
Yeah.
I think it only has been like added to the GMC back in 2016.
Wow.
But I think the USA is probably like one of the most like experienced in space medicine, because they have been in doing space for quite a long time.
Yeah.
And back home in Taiwan, unfortunately, there isn't much opportunities to do space and aviation medicine. So currently, because I'm studying in the UK already, UK would be my best bet. And also there are already so many people. I've met so many wonderful people that are really, really passionate about this, and also very knowledgeable about this. So I've just been trying to trot along behind them, trying to absorb some energy. Not energy, knowledge. And just to learn more about this subject.
So one of the things as cabin crew as well that we're taught and trained in is the physiology kind of side effects of altitude. Obviously flying at 40,000 feet in the air, it has such a dramatic effect on the human body. And so we are, as cabin crew, trained to a level where we have to understand the effects on your own body when you are in flight, kind of thing. And so there's a lot of like medical training involved in that. Were you aware of that, as like that we had to undergo that as cabin crew?
I knew that you guys cabin crews go through some training, but after having like a chat with you guys before, I've just realized how kind of like intense and how much you guys actually learn about medicine in space, and it's just wonderful. And it's just like, oh, the next time when I'm in air, like most of the stuff, probably like the cabin crew will be like sorted. You guys were telling me about the different experience you guys been through, the different stuff that's happened in air, and it's just really fascinating.
It's a lot of things that people aren't aware of that cabin crew have to go through in training, and it's definitely an eye opener. And listen, I want to thank you for sharing your experience, your journey. We wish you all the very best of luck with your career, and thank you for enjoying Project Wingman, and make sure you tell everyone else about it, and to come along and have a nice cup of tea and coffee and a bit of a chat with the cabin crew. It's been a joy to have you on board there, Willie.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Project Wingman bus. Sorry about these bits that are just in front of it. But absolutely amazing work from the whole team, from the QE, the Project Wingman charitable organisation, where the amazing cabin crew are here to support the NHS staff. And I've just introduced you to a few people that have the fortune of coming on board and meeting the amazing crew and sharing their stories and their exciting careers in the futures, and they're able to have those conversations with you, the crew, who give up their valuable time for the Project Wingman. All amazing people doing an amazing job, and long may it continue. And as I say, if you want to volunteer and put yourself forward and give up just a couple of hours of your time for Project Wingman, then you can head on over to projectwingman.co.uk and express your interest and register. And you do an amazing job, and you get to meet some amazing people, obviously the NHS staff as well as crew. So guys, take care. It's very busy out there, so that's why I'm out of here. Take care, bye. Oh, there's my aeroplane gone flying.